yeah. What it is now, Eagles wear boxes. Y'all know what it is. Don't play. Don't play. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All righty, right. Hope you in here. Somebody always say I'm not here. I'm running late, but hey, we got 1 hour to get this rap done. That's all we got today. I got some important stuff to do. I got to do some stuff for us as people. I got to try. I'm trying to organize something for us as the people, as the kings and queens without their kingdom type people. Mm-hmm. Just coconut water. I stopped drinking as much water. I do coconut water. I think it may even be a good idea for me to just start making everything with the coconut water. What do you think? Maybe so. So maybe I should cook, make my tea and everything else with the coconut water. Just going to see this girl real quick, but on this app. Yeah, yeah. She said, "Let's go, let's go." Yeah, let's go. Let's do it when you do it. Do it when you do it. Boom, 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 boom. Do it when you do it. Do it when you do it. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah. I got so much stuff to do, man. This agency, they screwed me up. I've been trying to, get this, get my promotions done with this company. Or actually, I'm actually helping them out, but it's like, how can I help you out if you don't let me finish the process of the sign up process? Yeah, it's like buying a car and you never signed for it. Oh, I got the car. You gave the money and everything. You ain't taking that car nowhere yet. You're not gonna take that car. Only way you're gonna take that car is once you put that final payment in there. I mean that once you sign that dotted line. Almost forgot what I yeah. So once you sign that line, yeah, yeah, yeah. But we ain't gonna be in here that long today, so just got too much to do. Too much. Too much. I had my microphone. My microphone decided to quit on me. The shit burned up. But I don't know. I got a lot of nerve. I need to be quiet because I got a lot of nerve. That thing, man, I had that thing for like years, man. I'm like, are you kidding me? I had it for like years. Years. It was so funny because I had that thing for years, man. I'm sitting here laughing like, wow. It's like, are you kidding me? I had that thing for like, I don't know, man. I'm going to say 6 years. It might have been more than that I had that thing, man. I know I had it about a couple of years before the pandemic. So whenever that started. So we're looking at 5 to 6 years I had that thing. It finally played out on me. It couldn't hold the pressure no more. I was like, nah, I can't take it. Yep, it couldn't take it no more. So what can I say? Yep. It couldn't take it. It played out. They said, you know what? I'm through. That shit, it was through. It wasn't even regular through. It was like through. I could feel it. I kept using it and charging it and the thing about that is that I had never done that before. I had never like charged it and then more or less let it deplete, run down, and then charge it again and let it run down. So I was just doing too much. I was playing this game, man. I need some of y'all to go online and play the game with me, man. So we can yell at each other, man. If you guys got PlayStations or what? What you guys got? You guys got to get that Gotti, that Z Ward Gotti, Game of the Year. Y'all got to get that. So we can play together sometime. Now we'll play one round. No, we'll just play one round and get beat up on a couple of rounds till y'all learn, and then just get on my what's they call it? Nah, God dang it. What do they call that page? Discord. Yeah, just get on my Discord. Yeah, we talk. Yeah. I could take the volume out in the game. So you can just talk. I think you can talk on Discord while you're playing, or you can talk on both, or you can just talk on just the game itself. But anyways, we're looking at, it's pretty nice, pretty fun. So just to let you know. Hold on, I'm trying to unplug something. I needed one of these little extensions. I've seen a nice one. What they call? I don't even know what they call them. But they're the receptacle, the plug receptacle. It's like an extender. So when you plug these in, it'll turn a 2 plug into 3 or more. Sometimes I've seen them up to 4, maybe 6. I've seen them like that where you can extend it. I don't know why they just didn't just make them like that. They should have made them to where they were 6. That'll keep you from needing so many extension cords, and just make the circuits, put it a high enough amperage circuit on there so it doesn't trip all the time. I don't know. They want you to go through work. Yeah, work. That's what they want you to do, man. Just work. So we got some news again. I don't see the billboards. Doesn't take that long to start the billboards. The Ryan Garcia. Anybody seen the official billboards for him and Tank? And a lot of people think that he has like a great shot of winning, Ryan Garcia, for chance. But I think he has to he really has to. I don't know if anybody could just outbox Tank for like the whole fight. I don't know. He's going to catch on to what you're doing. You got to outbox him for 12 rounds. You're thinking you're cocky, and so you're thinking your power. You think you're gonna put Tank out with one shot? Who has ever put Tank out with one shot? What are you talking about? When has Tank just been dropped by a shot or whatever? We seen you get dropped by a shot. Come on. Y'all better start keeping it real, you fighters. That's your business. But you better start keeping it real when cockiness. When cockiness goes crazy. And I guess there's another thing where we got, what's his name? Andy Ruiz is supposed to be mocking Deontay Wilder or whatever like that. He gonna end up getting his block completely knocked off because what he's thinking, he's fast, so he's thinking he's gonna like catch Wilder, but Wilder is not the easiest thing. If you're short, he's not the easiest thing to. He's not the easiest person to catch. You can catch him, but every time people always feel like if I catch you, you know what I mean? They think that the longer, I messed up my thought, but they always think that, that just because somebody, bigger, caught you, they figure, well, I can catch you too. That's what, I don't know. When you look at fights that way, or when you look at your opponent that way, then you end up never catching them. I'm going to give you a classic example of somebody who thought they was going to catch somebody. Classic example of somebody who thought they was going to catch somebody. And you may not remember this, but Evander Holyfield was fighting Lennox Lewis. And before the fight, he had got a vision and everything that he was going to catch Lennox Lewis. That ended up not being such a great vision because, he had, I think it was a round that was predicted. I think it was in between 6 and 8, something like that. But a round it was predicted and everything, So I don't even know how hard he trained. So he's just knowing that, hey, I'm going to take him out because of this message I got. And see, when you go in there with that mindset, then something can, fall from underneath you. And that's what you got to look at. That something can fall from underneath you when you come in there with that type of mindset. And so that's what happened. That's what happened to Holyfield. Holyfield came in thinking, "Oh, I got this. I'm knocking you out." And it didn't happen. Sometimes things happen, and then some for us in a positive way, and sometimes they don't. It's still positivity. No matter what happens to your life, it's positive. There's no such thing as negative. That's some shit that they made up. You know what I mean? They made that up to keep all the people in the masses confused. That's why all these formulas, if you see stuff in there that's negative and all that, that's bullshit. I don't care if you're a scientist and you get mad at me. It's all bullshit. Plus or minus. What the hell? What the hell is a plus or minus? Plus or minus. It's all gambling. So that's what math is, And I'm using the term math. I'm not saying geometry. I'm not saying this and that. I'm not. Some of those things are, some of them can be accurate. But how accurate are they? Up until what point? Because you have mathematics and, you have the math scientists, but then also you got architecture. So, and a lot of times when you got math and you got architecture, they don't necessarily go together the same way. Even when it comes to science and when it comes to biology, at least that's what man feels. Man feels that, that if you, like for instance, if you're a certain height, like if they say the giants existed, if they didn't exist, that they couldn't have had the same type of bone structures if they were like humanoid. They could not have the same type of bone structures that we have. And you got to kind of argue with that, you know, because how do you know? You have to have different sets of teeth and all that type of stuff. Now the teeth thing might be an issue, but who's to say that somebody that size eats the same thing that you eat? Maybe the teeth are just different, like a different set of teeth. If they were like some type of humanoid, maybe the teeth are just completely different because they eat a whole lot different than you eat. But like I said, when you start scaling it, a lot of times scale. But that's how engineers, created certain things. Like, and they had certain fails because the math don't always work. I know you've seen some cases where they had these things where they call them suspension bridges, right? And the architecture on those was just like a complete failure, which is crazy because because they were allowed. They were allowed to finish the bridge. In a lot of cases, the bridges were allowed to finish them. I've seen some old footage of this one suspension bridge where it was actually rolling and it just started going back and forth and just snapped, just twisted in half and snapped. Even with one of the new bridges up, the Bay Bridge, I think in San Francisco, it still has problems. They be out there having. How do you have maintenance on a bridge? What? What are you doing? It's a bridge. It's done. It's a done deal. How you reinforcing it? What you doing? Maybe you can, but that's a lot of weight. Look it up. Find out how many tons does the Bay Bridge weigh? They figure all that out, how much concrete they pour and all that. And that thing is solid. You don't feel nothing or hear. You feel solid road when you're on there. That thing is solid. But they said they found cracks and everything else. That's man's engineering. Because maybe you wasn't supposed to travel across that bay so quick. Maybe you was supposed to take a boat and take an hour, half an hour to get across rather than 5 minutes. Or whatever it is. It's probably 10 minutes. It's probably 10, 15 minutes to get across that bridge. The bridge is long. Yeah, that's a long bridge. It's not the longest, but it's kind of crazy how you drive across the ocean. It's like, what? They have like, how many bridges they got? At least two. No. At least three. Three bridges that go across the ocean. That's like almost surreal, right? It's almost like shit. You just think about it, if they really did have a bridge that went across like the whole expanse of the ocean, like a bridge from, let's say for instance from New York all the way over to England or something. That would be crazy, huh? How many people would be brave enough to get on that bridge and venture out there and drive to England? And how long would it take? They would have to have sets of hotels every 50 miles out there. Something like that, like at least every 50 miles. And they would have to probably have like towing companies out there that would be based out there. They would have to have fueling stations, some gas stations, electric. If you had a Tesla, they'd have to have electricity, all that. But the power would be right there because the ocean could generate all the power that they need out there. Yeah, that's crazy. I always thought of stuff like this as a kid. I always thought about crazy stuff like that. What if they make a bridge like from here to Africa or whatever? The reason they probably couldn't. They probably thought about it, but the reason they probably don't do it has nothing to do with money because money's free. So they can always trick you. They can make money and pay, and as long as they, it's a big story. It's a big story to small. But they would have to actually share the shape. They would have to share the shape of where you live. You know what I mean? It's not an impossibility because you probably could in deeper spots where you can't go. You can't. drive all the piles down there, then you probably have to use um, some kind of buoy system and like that, which they have out there. They just kind of float, but you would have to just figure out a way how to stabilize it when it's floating like that, because somebody would get sick if you drove across 500 miles of bridge that was going up and down. You would probably lose it. Yeah. Or make some, because you don't want to make like an artificial shelf at the bottom. I don't know. My engineering mind is not that. It's not as great. I would have to do some experimenting myself to see how that works. But they could make like a dampening situation, some kind of dampening situation, and make them more like it's more or less like a ship compartments. Where the water is too deep. Just make sure you make it like a bayliner. A bayliner boat. They said you can cut those boats in half. They're not gonna sink. Shit, that's a good boat. Like a bayliner. I remember going to an auction and they had one. When they closed one of the forts down, everybody was betting on that thing. Yeah, I guess Timothy Bradley. I guess he's mad at everybody. I guess he's mad at Earl Spence and also Tank Davis. He's funny. All these boxers, man, they want to be so significant after their careers. Like, man, you already made it to the Hall of Fame. And don't ask me how you got in there. That means everybody's going to be a Hall of Famer. Ryan Garcia, if he gets knocked out 8 times, he'll be a Hall of Famer. I'll just put anybody. Anybody can go. I don't know if Timothy Bradley deserves, but hey, I ain't hating either. I don't know if you ain't no top 50 boxer. They trust. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I seen something that was, I think it was on Instagram. I'm not sure. But Jake Paul was sparring somebody. And some dude, was like kind of wild in the mind. He was like, yeah, he was serious about it, even though they was, more or less, I think, sweatpants on or something like that. And he threw some punches at him, and he hit him with a back fist. Hit Jake Paul with a back fist. Jake Paul, you can see him. He was like, he went retarded for a minute. His legs was wobbling. So I don't know, man. These guys, the bravery factor of these guys is just off the charts. For these guys to feel like, hey, I can box. I can take over this boxing. Yeah, but if you want to show us that you're taking over boxing, then fight somebody who we know. Fight a real fighter, so we can tell you if you got the juice. So yeah, you got the juice. You saw stuff with it. That's what, I don't know. I just want to see somebody. I want to see somebody just get KO'd that has no business being in boxing. So it's like, so we can carry on. So can we carry on with boxing now? That's more or less what it is. So we carry on now since you're finished? That's what we need. We need somebody to finish one of these fighters off so we can carry on with boxing, so we can get back to the real boxing. It's like, can we get to boxing now? Are you imposters finished doing this? Because I'm telling you, back in other eras of boxing, imposters would not allow them. I mean, if it's an exhibition, they'll let them know, hey, this exhibition. But, it's almost like we go back, like I said, go back to the Jack Johnson fight. Go back to that fight where he got double crossed. And that's the same thing that would happen with some of the past boxers. If you crossed them, like, oh, you crossed me, huh? They'll try to take your whole fronts and everything out. That's a lockup move right there. That's to show your dominance. You take somebody's whole grill piece out. It's kind of sad though. But anyway, we counting down. This is 20 and 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Probably got less than half an hour to talk about this boxing. Because like I said, I got to talk to somebody. I'm trying to figure out something. I'm trying to do something for us people. Oh, wow, look at that. Yeah, the sun is out and everything. All right. Yeah, the sun is out. A little bit of a breeze. You know what they call that though, right? They call that the calm. They call that the calm before the storm, because they said we're supposed to have 2 more storms. They're supposed to be worse and worse, but that's not they. That's actually, I heard that, me just listening to what people say. People are always doing these reports like they, I told one guy on one of these apps, I said, "Thank you, Mr. Meteorologist," because he was giving us all the, the details about something in the sky or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. Everybody's a predictor and forecaster today. I'm a forecast like Mr. T. Mr. T told Rocky he told the reporter if he had any predictions about the fight. He said, pain. That's all he said was pain. Just keep it simple. If it's gonna rain, that's the prediction. Rain. That's it. You don't need to go all in this. The clouds will be accumulating here. We got the cumulus clouds in the stratosphere, whatever, and all this is. It may blow over to this side, but then again, with the wind pressure, the barometric pressure, and this and that, and blah 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 blah. Like shut up. Just say it's gonna rain. Don't give me a chance. I don't want no chances. There's a chance I hit the lottery. Why is everything got to be gambling? When it comes to the weather, it's a gamble. It's like when it comes to everything, everything's a gamble. You use too much electricity, it's a gamble because you don't know what it's going to cost. If you drive a car, you gamble because you don't know how much it's going to cost to get the gasoline for it. Or you got to get it fixed. It's a gamble. They make everything a gamble. If you get a job, it's a gamble because you don't know when that man's going to fire you or when he's been wanting to fire you, but that affirmative action kept you in place or whatever. Or that's what they think, So everything's a damn gamble. When you go out on the road drive, it's a gamble because some idiot might be out there. I see my brother out there, Sir Flame. Salute, brother. Everything. Why is everything a damn gamble? And why is everything like approximately? Why is everything approximate? How come there's nothing that's exact? That don't make sense. For nothing to be exact. There's nothing that's exact. Nothing. Not even... It was designed, this earth was designed not to be exact. Because if it was exact, it would probably freak you out. Like, oh, this is exactly. It would probably freak you out. But even snowflakes are completely different from each other. No 2 snowflakes are alike. Are the same. They're alike, but not the same. Not even probably raindrops are the same. They don't splatter on the ground exactly the same. So. Sir Flame said, if I'm working, ain't no gamble. But I bet I get paid. It ain't no gamble, but a bet is gambling, brother. Anyway, shout out again to my brother Sir Flame up in here on a Friday on Eagles Rap. Derek Betty and them better try to get in here, man. I'm trying to work on something for the people, man. So I got an important discussion that's coming up, shortly. So I won't be here. So I'll be, taking care of this because I want to do something, man. It's very important. I told y'all I didn't want to say anything, but hopefully we can get, I could get a great commission or something like that, and you know, who knows, man? Who knows? Um, if we can get this done. So me and I just and a few artists and stuff, we just want to do something big, man. We want to do something that they just haven't done here. Um, because a lot of people always talk, you know, and I don't like to. I talk and I like to talk to y'all, but I don't like to just talk. I like to try to get, you know, try to get some things done because my whole thought, my brain, I think I'm like I'm amazed sometimes. I'm like, God dang, how do I come up with this stuff? And it's not like I'm making stuff. I'm like, how do I just think of this stuff? It's like it has to be something else. It can't just be my brain thinking of some of the stuff I think of, man. I think of some stuff that's just like it's crazy. Even stuff when it comes to almost every aspect. Even when it comes to comedy, I think of stuff. I'm like, wow. It's like, but people think alike too, though, because sometimes I'll have an idea and somebody, it seems like years later, like not right when I'm thinking about it, but years later, it comes out. Even if I share it with somebody, I say, man, we ought to do this, we ought to do that, boom. It comes out. It's like I'm bugged. It's like they can't wait for me to say something so they can, you know, take advantage. You know what I mean? But anyway, Sir Flame said, salute to Eagles Web, salute to the chat. He said, it is always, he said, jab the like button. In case you didn't know. I say it different just right now. I'm just saying it different because I already know what he wrote in here. He said, all y'all neck. He said, don't get neck in Eagles Web boxing. He always got the fire up. He always got the 100 up. He always got the glove up. And of course we finish up. Just in case that don't work, got them things, brother. We got the things. So don't ever in your entirety get it twisted. Here's something that's weird, man. For me, I don't know if you guys, if you ever done it. Have you ever had like utensils in your like your kitchen, not or tools, or it could be tools too, tools or utensils, where you damn near lose your mind if you can't find like a certain tool. Oh, that's not the spatula I use. That's not the spoon I use. You about to lose your mind because you don't have your favorite. Because what happened, I've been doing like early spring cleaning. So I said, you know what? I haven't got new silverware and stuff like that in a long time. I said, I'm getting me some new silverware. I'm going to change stuff up. I said, this you're supposed to recycle and pass it down to somebody else. You know, you ain't supposed to have the same thing. I said, I'm going to get me some new shit. So I'm going to get me some new stuff. And when I was going through my drawer, which is full of knives and all kinds of stuff, because I use knives in my day. I got so many knives. And I said, you know, I'm gonna get me a whole new set of knives. But I stopped myself. I said, no, just get this one cleaver. Don't get the whole set, but get the forks and all that. Get that, but don't get the whole set of knives and stuff. I said, okay. But I kept seeing all kinds of good knives. I ought to get these. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna get the cleaver. Come to realize, once I got to the back of that, once I started emptying my drawer out, I had all kinds of stuff that I should have been using. But because I got a favorite knife, it's my favorite knife. It's a cleaver. I throw even if I see a knife, I'm subconsciously, I don't even think. If I see another knife, I just throw it back in the drawer like, it's not going good. I'm using a cleaver on fruit. It's like, man, but that's my chopping knife though. But I'm like, you know what? Let me throw it back in. I said, let me throw everything back in there. But once I poured everything out, I said, I got all kinds of knives and stuff. I got all kinds of paring knives. I probably got fillet knives, steak knives, all that, you know, vegetable. I got, man, so much. I was like, I need to slap myself just thinking. I said, man, I don't use none of this stuff. I should be rotating this shit instead of just using one thing. I'm looking for my favorite, I take it to the store. I take it to the butcher. Hey, sharpen this for me. You know what I mean? I ain't meant to do all that. Matter of fact, I should do that before I take it into the, what do you call? Before I trade it off. I should do that. Yeah, but Derek and them, whoever come in late, they ain't got to worry about being late today. They're gonna be, oh, you gone, Eagle? I can't, because I can't keep y'all tonight. Y'all might even hear the phone call. If y'all hear the phone call, I'm out. But yeah, today, bro, I got to leave at 5 today. But I was in here a little bit, not early, just a few minutes early, about 5 minutes early. Because Uh, he said throwing knives. Nah. That's my cousin. I was never that good at it. He was always good. I was never good. I could shoot that arrow though. I could shoot an arrow. I could shoot. I can shoot a gun. I can shoot arrows. Anything when it comes to shooting, slingshot, all that shit. Anything you use to besides like a knife, where it has to. I probably can learn how to throw a knife, but I stopped even thinking about it once because my cousin, he was doing that shit. He used to damn near cut down a whole tree. I said, shit, man, don't get caught with one of them. Ain't no coming back from a knife. Ain't no coming back from a knife like that. A long knife that went all the way through you. Ain't no coming back from that shit. At least you got a chance with a bullet, but that sharp ass knife like that, no. If you're good like that. Because I hear people try to argue, but they don't know. See, but a lot of people, they've never been through that. Yeah. Look at Gil Cole's up in here. Well, we need to get Gil up in here in the discussion about Keith. Surface, I never learned bow and arrow. Well, I grew up with it. That's why I learned it, because I grew up with that. I had that shit. One of the first things I actually found outside was a old arrowhead and half of the arrow. It's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, but they changed it. They didn't change the game. But see, the thing about it, when they changed the game, it's because of jealousy. So it's not really called, I forget what they call them now, but it's not called the bow and arrow per se. It's called something else. It's called something else bow. It's different. They got tension rods on them now. But anyway, salute to Gil. They got tension rods on them and wheels and shit. And they had one that you could use in the Olympics, but now they got the ones where you could actually, there's a bowl season. They don't call it bow and arrows, but they just call it bowl season. And then there's a deer hunting season. You got bowl season, and then you got the gun season. But where you can go out and kill stuff. But my point was that we used to make them so strong that they could actually go through an animal, like go through. That's how strong we used to make them. But now they cheat. So with the science and all that, now they have them to where they got pulleys and all kinds. If you you'll look at them now, man, they got 2 cable wires going up and down them. I wouldn't know the first thing about using those. It would be nice to use them, but I'm not no animal killer. So, only for, if I had to or for safety, but I'm not into animals. I leave that up to y'all, man. And damn, this is another thing that came out, man, that I don't know if this is true. Do you guys know if this is true or not? Are eggs, like, if you get like I think it's 3 flats of eggs, is it like $80 at Walmart or anywhere? I don't keep up with that kind of news, but I heard something happened to the eggs. So eggs are way up. Look at Gil. Gil said, Keith tell Earl to keep the belts and come get these hands. Is that what he told him, Gil? Gil said, "Yeah, come get these hands, brother. Come get these." Yeah, and put them hands on them. Yeah, Gil. That's still my guy though, Gil. I'll never get mad at Gil. People always think, people used to get so mad. They used to get so mad because I never got mad at Gil. They used to get so mad. They come in here. I think people unsubscribe from me because Gil can say anything he want to or whatever. But anybody, all my minds, anybody can say it they want to, more or less. Because he come in with the laughter and all that. We used to have, we had great shows. Back then, we had some great times. But that's what this is about. but it seems like it got too serious. It's not really that serious. People taking it. It's just grown folk stuff that we got to talk about. And like I said, I always want to do something, man. If you can't leave something for society, if you can't leave something for your people, what you here for? You gotta leave some kind of legacy. You gotta leave something, man. Everybody see you get too caught up in your work and everything else, and there's no legacy. There's no legacy. There's no stories. All the stories are gone because we're great storytellers. We're great storytellers. I mean, a lot of it becomes comedic. I mean, I've heard stories, and I can't even repeat some of the stories I heard as well as the story was told. But I heard some great stories, man. This in my life. Not even some of them recent, some of them past, some of them when I was real little. Just like storytellers, man. We had like the best storytellers, man. It's nothing like being secluded, and I'm using that term as an endearing term, not as something that is bad, but secluded with family. And maybe it's a bad choice of words, but I'm just using it. So it's to be secluded with family, and then doing certain, and then talking about certain stuff, or we understand, we have the understanding of what a family discussion is. You know, like after hard days work, or in just a family gathering and stuff, and people talking about certain people at their job and stuff like that. And we already know that you're gonna have certain people in there that put their hand over their mouth when they talking. You know. And it doesn't mean anything. It's not because everybody can't hear it, but it's just that they're so used to doing that, like when they're around the environment that is not their accustomed environment. Well, so they go like this, you know what I mean? But what they're doing is they're just showing, just so you know that whatever they're talking about is probably funny, or has something to do with a certain other group of people, or maybe a person, and so we kind of, like if we're in public, sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's just bold. D to the Bailey, oh, he's gonna miss the show, Gil. D to the Bailey gonna end up missing the show though. He been coming in late. He's been coming in late, and just to say I'm late. But I got stuff to do for us, brother. I got stuff to do today, because I got to get out of here early because, like I said, one of the artists is about to call me. One of the brothers is artist. He's about to call me. He does a lot of murals and stuff like that. He does a lot of stuff, and he's in the city. So he gets to do a lot of things, and I'm trying to work on this project with him. So I just got to talk to him about it. And I'm gonna sling an idea his way, because I don't think nobody's actually done what I intend to do, and I probably want to do this on more than one location. So it may be a thing where it's a lot, or just for a lot of detail for one picture mural, and maybe even do t-shirts like that, and or it's going to be like multiple places where we try to get this art done. Oh, it's the first week in Champ Ross. I got to get my ass on there, man. I always got to end up doing something, man. Look, I just told him I got to throw these away now. I just burnt these out, man. But you can see they shot, man. They got the foam falling out of them on the inside. But they finally gave up on me, man. They gave up. I was charging them up. And they said, that's it. They said, that's it, dog. They said, we've been with you for like 6-7 years, man. They said, we out here. So I'm going to go get me a gaming one. Yeah, but if you guys play, I think you guys play some, but you guys try to get that Game of the Year edition. Try to get Z War. If you can get Z War, if you got a PlayStation, Xbox, or something like that, get Z War, and we could play online. It's up to four. It's up to four players. It's up to four players. You just got, you can talk on Discord or whatever, but it's up to four players, man. It's fun. It's fun, man. If we're gonna just end up laughing and shit, I tell you, if we play, we're gonna just end up laughing. We're gonna have fun, but we're gonna just end up laughing and shit when we mess up, especially when you're first learning, because you're gonna be watching something happen to your partner. He's gonna be getting choked out, choke slammed, and you're gonna be like, "Oh shit, man, you get choke slammed," and then you got to go save him. But it's fun when it's a group of people, when it's a group that know how to play. But at first, you're gonna have at least one or two people that don't know how to play. Yeah. But we're gonna see if we can get these fights. And I would say that Milk Duds, Chicken Nugget Head, he got to stop. He has to stop all that shit, messing with the fighters. Just leave the fighters alone, man. And we know your eyes get all big and you get excited about your scholarship on boxing. Well, you should have stayed your ass in the ring. You should have stayed in there if you know what's right. You didn't fight everybody. Nobody in the history of boxing fought everybody in their division. They didn't fight everybody. It was a reason why some of the old great ones knew, especially when they got up into their 30s, they knew like, nah, I don't know about this boy. So you guys are playing reckless and you're ending careers. A lot of careers of boxers are ending now because you got these guys that they just don't have that talent. And they just throw him in there. Oh, he a hard puncher. That's all you got, though. You're a hard puncher. I mean, and don't look ahead to think I'm talking about Wilder. Because there's things Wilder can do. And my biggest thing for Wilder to do, two things, is to educate the jab a little bit better and get some nice, slick movement. That's all. Your defense is, because the defense is going to work off your movement. And that's why, like, everybody went crazy about Boots. Oh, the guy was running. No. He didn't have the game plan. Just tell the truth about the situation. Just because somebody got footwork don't mean that they running. Sweet Pea Whitaker was running all the time. That's what they always said. But he was flat-footed too. He could move, but he was shit. If he stood flat-footed, he could actually punch. Like a lot of people didn't think he was hitting that hard, but believe me, he could hit hard. He's actually had maybe more than one punch knockout. I think he started hurting his hands when he started, because he came up in weight. Remember, he was a little guy. But he was taking people. Remember, when he took, I think it was, what's his name? Rosas or Rosario? Remember that one punch, that right hand? Boom, crumbled him with a right. Something like that. I think it was a right hand. Crumbled him. Right, bam. Just melted him. He just dropped. He just dropped straight to his knees. So don't ever think that. I mean, footwork, Sugar Ray Robinson, footwork. But he can get flat-footed with you if he needed to. If you try to rough him up or something and he want him to get flat-footed, Muhammad Ali, if he had to fight you flat-footed, he could fight you flat-footed. It's better that a lot of people understand the speed of a boxer, like a real fast boxer. It's good to let him box. It's good because then your strategy is, I got to find a way to beat this boxer. You don't want to change the boxer that is really versatile. Like if he's really good boxer, you don't want to change him into a puncher all of a sudden when he can really punch. Because your ass whooping would have came a lot, it would have been a lot smoother for you if it was an ass whooping from getting boxed, but not just getting knocked the F out. Example, Roy Jones versus Griffin. Remember the first fight? He was just taking an exhibition of an ass whooping through boxing. Then Roy got mad the second time they fought, and Roy was just disregarded any type of boxing that there was. It was nothing. It was only left hook action. Even I think that George Foreman was making the call. George Foreman said, "Whoa, what a hook! What a left hook!" And they was like, Griffin goes down, and we don't know if he's going to get up. And he kept going down. He kept getting up, looked like Burbick or whatever. You get hit so hard, you just start crawling all over the place. Okay. I've been on Modern Warfare 2 for PS5. You know what? I got to see if it's in, I'm on Epic. I get the games from Epic. I'm gonna see if they got it in there because I do. My library is pretty full. I don't download everything because I got a lot to download. But yeah, my library is pretty full though. See, my computer's right next to this one. I got a computer that I built over here. Whew. I guess it's better though, but building a computer costs a lot of money, man. My computer probably costs like close to $3,000. If you put everything together, it's probably it's like $3,000 to put it all together. I don't even know what all it has because it's been so long. I think I got the paperwork of all the stuff I got, like the graphics card and all that, motherboard and all that, But I forgot. It's pretty powerful though. It just went through an update. But yeah, it's right there, right over there. And I got the big screen for it too. I got a pretty big monitor. I got like I think it's like 46-inch. I got a 46-inch monitor. I don't want the shit to cover me like this. I don't want it covering all around me. But yeah, I got that monitor. But but this thing with the tank, picking on Tank, just leave Tank alone. And Ryan Garcia, I think he's gonna get that money. But I just don't know. A lot of people they doubting Tank. Tank can lose. I'm not nobody's fan like that. So they can all lose. Tank can lose. But the thing about it is you're gonna have to hurt Tank and keep Tank hurt and put his ass out. He gonna try to kill you. If you hurt him, he's gonna come back even more dangerous. See, that's what people don't understand. So if Tank ever got hurt by somebody, Tank is gonna come back like Mike Tyson on your ass. I'm telling you. If you ever hurt him bad, he's gonna try to get that get back. Now people touch him and they hit him hard. That's what I'm saying. They hit him hard, but he never tries to get the get back like right there. He lets you fall into your own sense of comfortability, where oh shit, I can touch him. Oh, he ain't that hard. And once you start feeling like the same thing happened to everybody, remember the same thing happened to Leo Santa Cruz. Everybody in the audience, he's piecing Tank up. That's what Tank wants you to do. See, what people don't know, that's the trap. Yeah. He said, yeah, those gaming computers are fast. Oh yeah, this shit's fast, brother. Yeah. But what people don't understand is that's the setup. You taking advantage of Tank, or you thinking you taking advantage of Tank, that's the setup. That's where you make your biggest mistake. Like, oh shit, I'm piecing him up, coach. Yeah, and the coach fall for it too, because coach stupid. The coach fall for the same thing. Oh yeah, you getting to him. But they gonna tell you, yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, but don't get too comfortable or whatever. But you gonna feel like, oh yeah, I got his ass, I got him. And that's what you gonna think. And once you feel that way, and you start turning, because remember, when Santa Cruz, that's a classic example, because when he's turning it up, everybody, oh shit, look at he piecing up Tank, blah 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 blah, and he threw a couple of more shots at Tank, and Tank by that time Tank had already got inside. He got inside, and Santa Cruz was still throwing, and once he threw that right, he did like that. It was uppercut. It was the uppercut from hell that caught his ass, right? But hopefully we're gonna get some of these fights. I gotta start winding down, but we're gonna get some of these fights. Maybe we'll get the Earl Spence Keith. Who knows? I don't know what we're gonna get. In the meantime, let me say this so everybody can be more upset. In the meantime, MTM is constantly getting fights. Yeah, they're not pro fights, but you guys are in the prize fighting game. So MTM is constantly getting fights, and Ricky Hatton might even have his ass in there. You guys are killing boxing yourself. It's not the hell. You can't blame us as being new media fans. You can't blame none of us. You guys can't blame none of us. You know what I'll do? What I'll do though is I don't know if I can put the screen so you guys can see the game. I don't have a green screen. I just got this right here. But I was thinking maybe I can put it behind me, but that's too much. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably turn the computer on, and then let you guys see some of the games, so you guys will see what the Z War is about. So you guys will know if you guys want to go get it or not. Because you're going to get frustrated and mad and shit when you first play. And you're going to be feeling like you can't get past, like, on certain modes. Oh, I can't get past this shit. Ain't no way. This shit, you're going to be thinking shit's impossible. There is a part. There is a level. They have a level that is impossible, though. So, but trust, they make it to where you ain't going to beat the game. You know what I mean? So they do that. Look at Jay Brown up here. Jay Brown, I got to go, brother. Salute to you, man. Jay Brown. I ain't seen Jay Brown for a little bit in here. Yeah, Jay Brown said salute to Eagles Web. Tank setup game is slapped on by a lot of folks. Yeah, that's that part right there, Jay Brown. Tell him, Jay Brown. Yeah, maybe I hang out until I get the phone call. But you know what? Jay Brown is absolutely right. But see, people don't understand the setup game. They don't understand it. See, what they do is people look at Tank's obvious traps. Tank sets your ass up because Tank has obvious traps, and he got not so obvious traps. His not so obvious trap is you. Excuse me, it's you. So whatever your boxing style is, you gonna trap your own self. That's what he allows you to do. So Tank allows you to trap your own self. So if you have a certain style, you're gonna trap yourself with your style. You're not gonna trap yourself with somebody else's style. Like you're a fighter that throws nothing but overhands. You keep throwing overhand. Tank done here ain't counted it. He's like, okay, he knows exactly when it's coming. But he's waiting. He softened you up a little bit first because he always go to your body hard. People don't give Tank respect for that. Tank goes to your body real hard. And once he listens for your air, like he listens for you, like, oh shit, he breathing. I think I get him now. Let him into a false sense. Hit him hard one time, make him come forward, and let him set himself up. Raleigh fell right for that shit. Raleigh was like, remember Raleigh was like, he will try to kill Tank. And Tank was like, nope. Tank had his ass falling right into the ropes like this. But if you looked at Tank, look at that sequence after Tank hit him. Look at Tank's boxing position right after that punch. Tank was like a couple of inches away from it. Tank had turned. Got good footwork and good eyesight. Like Ali when he was fighting George Foreman. Ali followed him all the way down. His eyesight, he was like a machine gun. Like a machine gunner. Like he was watching him go down to the ground, like just sitting there, ready to throw another punch. But clean up here to where that man's going down, I don't need to hit him no more. I'm not saying Tank won't try to still knock your head off if you're going down, though. And the reason he will, maybe Ali wouldn't do that, but the reason he does that is because you done pissed him off so much. You made him so mad. But we're going to see how this works out, though, with the Ryan. And Milk Ducks, Milk does need to shut his ass up. Tim Bradley, just stick with old media and leave people alone. You're a Hall of Famer already. Don't mean just because you squeezed your ass into a Hall of Fame on some bullshit. Don't think that that your mouthpiece is worth that much, and it's not. It's not. Don't stop trying to give people advice. You didn't retire undefeated or nothing like that. It ain't like you ain't get your ass whooped a couple times. Shut your ass up like you know all. Oh, they avoiding each other. They scared. Earl, I'm exposing this. You ain't exposing shit, huh? You ain't exposing nothing. We got to wait for the fights like everybody else. Mayweather is the one that's. I don't like to say. I like to say MTM. He's the one that's exposing boxing. He's exposing boxing because ain't nobody fighting. And if all the money goes to him before you guys get a fight, guess what? Nobody's gonna pay for your pay-per-view. Everybody's going to be looking for Uncle Hookup. Make sure this ain't the brother. Yeah, because I got to. Yeah, everybody looking for Uncle Hookup. Okay, wait, I got 1, 2. Hey, I just cleared this thing out, man. I cleared this thing out so many times. Hold on, y'all. And here's another aspect. This is one I wanted to also say before I go anyway. Is that Oscar De La Hoya is you scare me when you come up with a plan, when you think you got a fight plan to beat somebody. Because on about 3 occasions that you said that you came up with the or something, your mouthpiece was involved with the recipe to beat Floyd Mayweather. Your own recipe to beat him. You got close. I think you took a knockdown though. Did you take a knockdown? But you at some points in the fight, Floyd was just knocking your head all over the place, and you just wasn't touching him. So I don't know. And you said Shane Mosley had the recipe. You was all backing him up. You was all on his strap. Oh, he got the recipe. Everybody has the recipe. I think you even thought Guerrero had the recipe. Too many people around you got the recipe to do stuff. And so I don't know about your cooking, brother. A lot of your food come out burnt up. So I don't know when it comes to Oscar De La Hoya if his cooking is that great. You know what I mean? To where he can say, oh, yeah, we got the recipe to whoop and take. I don't know if you got the recipe, brother, because you're not paying attention. Because you're falling into the same shit. Even though you're a professional fighter, you're falling into the same thing that everybody else falling into. And what you're falling into is you're falling into, a lot of people, oh, I seen him flaws in Tank because somebody did this to him and somebody did that to him. Believe me, he got a game plan. He gonna let you fall into your own trap. You know what I mean? He gonna let you trap your own self. And that's what people don't understand. Tank is gonna let you trap your own self. He might set some traps, but he's gonna let you trap your own self. That's where his intelligence comes in, is he lets you trap him. He ain't gonna let you catch him with something too hard, but let you catch him with something hard enough to where you think, oh yeah, I know that was a good shot. He built like a little tank, man. That's one thing you got to take in consideration too. I think he got a lot of chinnage on him to be such a little dude. Yeah. That's my baby nephew right there. So he's, I don't know. I like what he brings to the sport, man. I just like what he brings to the sport. And like I said, but Mayweather, he's taken away. And it's like nobody's getting it. You guys got to get all phases of this, man. That's hurting stuff for us. But I also feel like there cannot be too many more, fights where our fighters aren't fighting. Caleb Plant is fighting Benavidez, so there's no excuse for anybody. And he lost. There's no excuse for anybody to be just fighting. I'm not paying for none of your fights. If you guys just fight no names, I'm not paying for it. And I see that Regis Prograis, Rougarou, old Swamp Monster's back in the news. He's trying to promote himself by just saying a whole lot of stuff, but we'll see. We'll see about the Tank. But I think the biggest thing for Tank is that him letting you get yourself hurt. That's the biggest thing when I see with Tank, is I see Tank letting you get hurt. What you guys think about that? You guys think, I know Jay Brown put that up real quick. Jay Brown was like, Tank setup game is slept on by a lot of folks. Yeah. Yeah, but people don't, a lot of stuff you guys got to see, man. Can you see? Jay Brown, you still remember, though. Jay Brown, how we say, let's see it. But that's what Eagles were about, man. It's about us seeing it. We got to see, brother. I don't want to keep hearing about it. Let's see it. Let's see. That's all we need. All we need is to see. Once I see it, I'm good. I can be like, yeah, brother, I saw what you did there. I seen it. I saw what you did. I'm good. But let's see. Let's see. Well, hopefully, I think that we're at the point where we got to start getting fights where good fighters have to fight each other. At least in the divisions that we really talk about. The 135. I don't know. You guys talk about 130 sometimes. Sometimes you guys talk about 140. Yeah, 140. Yeah, 140 still. Yeah, my boy's still there, right? Who's the champ at 140? I'm quite sure one person at 140 still, right? The Taylor still retained all his belts, or am I sleeping? Or am I on another dimension or something like that? So 140, we really not into it that much. I don't know. Maybe Rougarou, maybe he did something about that, because he had everybody all hyped up. End up losing. But 147 for sure. Heavyweight, nah. We still got to wait. We got developing people on our heavyweight scene. So look at D-Ray. D-Ray Promotion there. He said, what it do, fam? Yeah, you know what it do, man. Oh, Gil Coles was up in here, man. I don't know if he gone, but Gil Coles here. Surf Flame. Derek late, and I got to be short. Jay Brown came through to see us, man. Jay Brown said, last thing he said was that Gil Cole salute, bro. Yeah, so he came through. But yeah, a lot of this talk with Tim Bradley, I was talking about old Nugget head. Yeah, he's running his mouth too much. He a Hall of Fame. Anytime you become a Hall of Famer, you can have a big mouthpiece then. You can tell everybody what it is. This whole different generation now. These people, this generation is not similar to any other generation. In some ways, that's good because the entrepreneurship is way high. But the thing that they're lacking their understanding, if they don't go in and get their money right away, what they lack to understand is that anything can be taken away from you. Money and everything else. Because when you look at this, the forum that you're working on is provided for you. Listen. You got what they call internet providers, right? Cell phone providers. Everything is, listen, the words are going over people's head. It's the provider. So once we become providers, then we'll be okay. So these people that's making all this money, instead of just blowing it at the club, instead of making it rain or buying all these cars, won't you become some kind of provider? Stop doing the same thing that they do. We have the intellect in order to become our own providers. How about we be the providers? Right? If you're the provider, then you take all the goods. You take the money. You take what's monetarily yours. That's why they try to make a lot of things illegal. That's why they'll give you money, because they know everybody's not going to do it for your solar panels and stuff. Well, how about if we just make a way to generate our own electricity and stuff? But you guys got to keep it at a certain level. Don't tell it. Don't tell it. Just provide it for yourself. Just don't tell it. They're going to make you, of course they're going to put some red tape up there. Of course they have to. AB versus Lundy. Let's go. AB. Y'all still talking about the ABCs. Hey, Gil. Hey, if that's y'all's little brother. That's y'all's little brother, man. So I just don't. I quit. I already quit on AB. So I'm just gonna have to be a ship jumper. I had to be a ship jumper because if AB do okay, then be AB wouldn't got it done. You know me. I'm gonna be two-faced on it. If AB does what he has to do, I'll be right back with y'all. Yeah, that's our little cousin. I said, look at little cousin. He finally went out there and threw some hands. You trust him? Do y'all still trust him? AB. I don't know, man. I don't know about AB, man. AB scares me. You can't afford to have no money down on. You can't afford to have no money down on AB. Don't you put no money down on AB. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Because it's not that you're putting money down on. Y'all make sure you hit my like button. Jake Brown, you missed my like button on your way in. How you gonna miss my like button? You and D. D-Ray. D-Ray gonna come in and miss my like button. Man, what kind of... Man, you better try to like Eagle. Man, how you gonna not like Eagle? Man, how you gonna hate? Even with this little audience, man, this is the best... hey, this is the best media right here, man, because we talk real people talking there. This is real right here, man. It ain't no show. It ain't no... You get what you get. You get eagle. You get eagle. Sometimes it's raw. Sometimes we get banned. In this little small station, we get banned in other. We got banned in other countries 2 times. They said we can't do nothing about the content, but we can ban you from other countries just because y'all brought up some stuff that we got to talk about. I'm like, we grown. We gonna talk about it. They don't like that shit. Yeah, they don't like that shit. They're like, ooh, stop eagle. Eagle be. They happy. They like this. Like it's a good thing he don't have millions of people that listen to him, because if he did, yeah, it's good. It's only just tens and hundreds. I don't know what the biggest. I think my other channel has. I get a lot of views. I get compared to the content, I get more views here. But over there I get more views per, like per video. I get a lot of views over there. I get hundreds of views over there. I don't know what my highest is. It might be 1,000 or whatever. It might be more than that. Who knows? But shit, I got on one of my other social outlets. I got like about 11. One of my videos got like, I think 11,000, 12,000 or something like that. 12,000 views. And I don't even have that many followers, but sometimes it's because the content. But anyway, yeah, waiting for the phone call. Let me reach out to the brother. I better get up. I better get out of here. Okay. Let me tell him, because he's a little bit late. He a little bit late. And then D to the Bailey gonna come in here talking about where you went or something like that, because he came in late. He came in a little bit too late. But I'm gonna get back with you guys on Tuesday. I'm not Tuesday. Wow, Monday ain't a holiday, right? What, we in January? January, no more holidays this month. Okay, so I'll get back with you guys Monday, but maybe on the weekend we'll see. Depends on how the rest of my week goes. The rest of these days depends on how that goes. Like that there. But we're gonna see. I guess the biggest fight is Eubanks, I think, right? So I'm gonna go with Eubanks. I didn't have a chance to cover all that. Maybe I'll come back. Maybe I'll just do something. Maybe I'll do something late. I'll just do like a prediction show or something like that. I'll just do that. Maybe I'll just start doing that, period. All right. But my shout out to all the real people that I see. And my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Y'all know what it is, man. No matter what day it is, it's always nothing but blessings, man, when it comes to Eagles Way of Boxing. Y'all know. I'm going to catch y'all, man.